surgeries and also provides wellness care services like physicals, immunizations, and health screenings. At CareSpot, you will experience same-day service without the expense of an ER visit for non-life-threatening issues. CareSpot offers online and mobile options to schedule your appointment. You can also call ahead, which means less time in the lobby. CareSpot has 8 convenient locations, including Blue Springs, Lee Summit, Raytown, and Leewood. Visit them online at carespot.com.
Papa John's wants to reward your passion for the Blue Springs School District. Now through the end of the school year, receive 40% off your entire regular menu price online order, plus an additional 10% will be donated back to the Blue Springs Educational Foundation. Go to papajohns.com. Enter the promo code BSEF40. That's BSEF40 to receive 40% off your entire regular menu price online order and an additional 10% donated back to the Blue Springs Educational Foundation. Papa John's supports Blue Springs schools. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Hi, this is Tony Reisinger for CarStar Blue Springs, located at 3210 West 40 Highway. Over the past 18 months, I have utilized the outstanding services of CarStar Blue Springs on 3 occasions. Each visit was expedient and war-free. The friendly and professional staff at CarStar Blue Springs took care of all the details and had a rental vehicle ready when I arrived. When it comes to auto body repair, I always recommend CarStar Blue Springs. Call 220-1100, online at carstarbluesprings.com. CarStar Blue Springs, relax. We'll take it from here.
Blue Springs attorney David Zeiler and the Zeiler Law Firm is proud to call Blue Springs home and, like you, proudly cheers for the Cats and Jags. With over 18 years of experience, the Zeiler Law Firm is a one-stop shop for all of your legal needs, including general practice, business law, and litigation. The Zeiler Law Firm represents individuals, small business owners, and corporations, always approaching each case with its full attention and dedication, protecting the client's interest and exceeding expectations. The Zeiler Law Firm provides the legal expertise normally associated with a large legal firm, yet provides its clients with the personal attention and efficiency of a small firm. Make the right call for the legal expert advice of a compassionate and a highly respected attorney. Call Blue Springs attorney David Zeiler of the Zeiler Law Firm, located at 2008 Northwest South Outer Road at 988-7215. Online at zeilerlawfirm.net. The choice of a lawyer is important and should not be based on advertisements.
Welcome back to the Sonic Pregame Show. It's now time for the Keys to the Game, brought to you by First Bible Baptist Church and ADP Sports, where everybody plays. Here with the keys to victory, Coach Buddy Young.
You know, I'd like to quote a very famous person that passed away this week, Yogi Berra. He said that 90% of the game is half mental. So with that in mind, probably the biggest thing that the Jags need to focus on tonight is an individual thing and a team thing. Individually, they need to not focus on 5-0 because that's only going to get them upset and beat. They need to focus on improving fundamentals. Each kid needs to improve more on his fundamentals and make himself a better football player. And then as a team, execution as a team. If they can focus on those things, whether they've got a great opponent or one that's not quite so great, they're going to improve as a team. When high school kids start looking at a 5-0 record, they tend to think they're a little bit better than they really are, and they set themselves up for a big fall. So Coach Oder, I'm sure, has been on them about this, but the big thing tonight is we got to play like we're 1-3.
And the keys to victory, as we mentioned, brought to you by First Bible Baptist Church and ADP Sports, where everybody plays. The Jags have won the toss, and they're going to defer. They'll be dressed in the home blue uniforms with the green numbers and the green trim. Raytown, the Blue Jays, in the white uniforms with the dark blue numbers and trim. Tonight's kickoff is coming up at 7 p.m., and our temperature at the present time is 77 degrees. Time and temp presented by WeatherTech Roofing. Call 228-2005. WeatherTech Roofing is proud to bring you the Cats and Jags. And our kickoff tonight brought to you by Constantino's Price Chopper, your local family-owned grocer since 1948. Proud supporters of high school football and a Vision Sports sponsor for 19 years. Stop by Price Chopper, where it's always a fresher way to save. So the Jags get set to boot it away. Back deep to receive the kickoff for Raytown is Deontay Smith. He's to the far side of the field. And the kickoff is a line drive that's going to be caught at the 20-yard line by one of the up men and brought out over the 30 to the 33-yard line. The up man is Jalen Crowley. He's a junior defensive back by trade, but he was forced to catch that kickoff because it just about drove a hole through him, Coach.
Yeah, I'm sure that kickoff wasn't exactly what was planned, and they've given Raytown pretty good field position at the 34-yard line. So very important now that the Jaguar defense step up and see if we can get the ball back in good field position so we can take it in for a score, too.
Mike Baxter is their senior quarterback, and he's thrown for 495 yards this year. And he has got a man going in motion. That's Smith, and he's going to throw it. Airs it out, looking for Smith, who stops and makes the catch and is tackled at the 40-yard line. So the man in motion, Deontay Smith, and he takes the ball down to the 40-yard line.
25-yard gain there. Deontay Smith was able to get a better view of the ball, so he was able to stop and look back. The ball was underthrown, which really helped to make a completion over there on a fade route. So not bad coverage, but Deontay was able to turn back and get the ball and put them in great field position. I noticed there's a flag down over there.
And it appears that it's a 5-yarder, and I'm wondering if it's an inadvertent face mask, and that's what it is. The 5-yard version of that penalty.
So right off the bat, the Jags have allowed a situation where they're in bad field position. Their backs to the wall a little bit. We'll see if we can shut off this Raytown attack.
Christian Woods is one of the receivers going wide to the left side, and as they try to get Adrian Gray off the field, they're going to have to take a timeout early on. So that'll give us a chance to remind you that the first quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Rancho Grande Cantina, where every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Buy one, get one tacos every Tuesday. And you can also enjoy half-price appetizers every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Rancho Grande Cantina in Blue Springs. I heard Tony Reisinger springing on Tuesday, Coach. You going to be there?
Would I ever miss it? If Tony's buying, I'm going to bring my family. I'm going to bring plenty of plastic bags to take stuff home with me.
And you're going to be there because you don't believe it. You got to see it to believe it.
No, Tony springs all the time. He's taking real good care of me.
Tony takes good care of all of us, Coach. You know that. Get ready to go again with trips to the near side. They're going to empty out the backfield. 5 wide, 3 to the near side, 2 to the far side of the field. Baxter's going to throw. He steps up and eludes the rush, has a big hole to run through, gets to the far sideline, out of bounds, inside the 25 at the 23-yard line.
Baxter's very elusive. He's a very good athlete, and he's able to pick a hole there on the outside after he got through the initial line of scrimmage and really put him in great field position. They're down to the 23-yard line. Looks like Jags are having a hard time stopping this Raytown offense.
A gain of 12. Jake Lamb there to help push him out of bounds. And it's first down and 10 from the 23. And we're not a minute deep into the ball game yet. Twins come to the near side. A solo receiver is wide to the left. There's motion all over the place as jumping is Gray, the running back.
It looks like the line knew the snap count and all the skill positions didn't. So we had about 6 guys jump off sides while the offensive line stood still.
Just taking a look at their running backs and their skill players. And the one running back who is in there is the guy who's caught the longest pass of the day. And that's Smith. He's caught 25 passes, even though he's listed as a running back. Baxter will throw. Rolls to the near side, catching heat from the backside, and down he goes. There to put the hit on is big number 58 for the Jags, and that's
Elijah Tuai,
a 6'5", 240-pound senior, and he had a full head of steam going.
And that came from the left side. Elijah came off the line and was able to beat the blocker, and quarterback didn't see him coming. It reminds me of a quote Steve Young said one time. They asked him which defensive lineman in the NFL that he feared the most, and his reply was the unblocked one.
Yep. And the guy who was supposed to block him turned and said, threw that lookout block.
Yeah, look
turned
out.
and hollered, look out. Baxter is going to hand the ball off, and carrying on the play is Deion Carpenter. He's a sophomore running back, and he's not going to get much. It'll bring up third down. It was 2nd and 21, and he didn't get anything, so it'll be 3rd and 21.
The big thing I like about that play, Rob, is for the first time tonight, I saw the defensive line for the Jaguars take control of the line of scrimmage. They moved the line of scrimmage back. The linebackers came in and cleaned up on the tackles. So that's kind of what it's supposed to look like, and looks like maybe we took them a little bit softly at the beginning, but maybe we'll wake up.
Carpenter is their second leading rusher, even though he's a sophomore. Rush for 223 yards, and Baxter's going to throw. He steps up. Now he guns it short. It'll be caught at the 30 and then dropped. And defending on the play, a couple of guys in the neighborhood. They're making the providing most of the defense was Nick Blair. And a punting situation comes up, and after the way this drive started for Raytown, the Jags defense comes out of there and holds.
It'll be important to try to get some field position. They're going to punt. We may catch it inside the 10, so you hate to start out with your back up to your own goal line.
Nichols is back to receive, and they put a good rush on, and it's not a very good punt, though it is going to take a roll and go on into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So in effect, 30 yards on the punt because they hit it from around the 50, and that's where the punter touched it, not where the line of scrimmage was, so it'll be even less.
The Raytown sprint man did a really nice job and almost got that thing to come out of the end zone. That was Javon Carr did a great job of trying to keep the ball out, but luckily for us, it got into the end zone, so we'll start on the 20.
The first quarter of tonight's game brought to you by Rancho Grande Cantina, where every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. And you get half-price appetizers from 11 to 4 tomorrow. Noah Nigro is going to throw. Briley Moore McKinney makes the catch at the 33-yard line, and he is dropped at that point. Nigro is thrown for 431 yards and 5 touchdowns. Completes his 33rd pass of the year, and Briley Moore McKinney with catch number 9 on the season, and he's caught a couple of touchdown passes this year.
Simple out route at about 12 yards, and Briley Moore McKinney does a good route, good man coverage, but Nigro put the ball right where he's supposed to. Great job.
Going to run the option, and Nigro's going to keep it big hole. First down and more. Cuts back at the 45, 50, into Raytown territory at the 40, 35, and run out of bounds at the 34-yard line. There to make the tackle is Daron Jones, a sophomore D-back.
That's a speed option where the quarterback turns and sprints right at the right side defensive end, and the defensive end went to the pitch man, so Noah turned it up the field, cut back against the grain. The Raytown kids had over pursued, so he was off to the races for a big 40-yard gain.
40 yards on the play, and one of his longer carries of the year. He has a long run of 58, and he gets the Blue Jays defense to jump offside. And it'll be first down and 5 as they'll move the ball even further upfield to the 29-yard line.
Well, you just can't beat senior leadership in that quarterback position. I said it last week or 2 weeks ago when we broadcast the last Jaguar game. Noah stayed calm the entire game, and as things got better at the end, that's directly because the quarterback was so calm and kept the team ready to go.
They'll run out of the pistol with Cofield standing just to the right of the quarterback, and he's going to get the handoff, come to the near side, and get back to the line of scrimmage, fall forward for maybe a yard at best. And Dominique Hampton, the sophomore defensive lineman, makes the stop for Raytown.
Raytown's got good size on their defensive line, and their defensive line, I've noticed, it runs very, very well. So they had great team pursuit there and got that play stopped before it ever got started.
Nichols will go split wide to the right. A couple of backs in the backfield. Coming to the near side is Colin West, and they're going to hand the ball off, and Miles Davis will get outside and find the going tough. He didn't need much because they're looking at a short field. Anthony Speed, the linebacker, runs him out of bounds for Raytown. And in fact, he's going to lose a yard back to the original line. It'll be 3rd down and 5 from that point.
Yeah, they seem to have lost about a half a yard. I tell you, Blue Springs South has really good team speed. I think what they're finding out on the perimeter, Raytown's got great team speed. Their linebackers run well, and their 3-down defensive linemen run about as well as anybody we've seen.
Twins to each side. Nigro's going to throw, sets up the screen. It's going to be caught for a first down. Cofield to the 20, 15, hit from behind, and knocked down to the 12-yard line.
That was set up great. Both linebackers for Raytown blitzed, so they had nobody to cover the screen. And so Cofield does a great job in open field also. He had a couple of blockers in front of him. They're going to have first down at the 12-yard line.
Javon Carr makes the tackle, and Cofield with his 8th catch of the year. That good for 15 yards. And it is first down and 10 from the 13-yard line. Jags looking to jump on top of this scoreless game. The pass to Ricky Nichols on the post is good for the touchdown.
You know, that looks so easy, but Noah Nigro put the ball right where he had to in that skinny window on the slant route. The receiver does a great job of settling into that window for a great slant touchdown. Jags up 6-zip, hopefully 7-zip here real quick.
And in to attempt the extra point. Richard Venable, we believe, is the kicker. It's good with 8:53 left to play here in the first quarter. 7-0. The Jags have the lead. Back with a kickoff right after this from Vision Sports on KCWJ.
1 minute 38 seconds.
Little Sports Shop is proud to be the exclusive provider of 827 Apparel uniforms. Uniforms that are designed by you. 827 Apparel uniforms are 100% custom and 100% sublimated. The sky's the limit. You design it, and Littles can do it. You can also work with our professional graphic artists to design the unique look for your team. You'll also like the price and turnaround time when you order your team's unique uniforms from Little Sports Shop at 1006 Main Street. Call 229-3606. Look sharp with uniforms from 827 Apparel, only at Little Sports Shop.
Deep to receive for Raytown, number 6, Deontay Smith, and number 30, Deron Jones. Kicking off for the Jags, number 15, Richard Venable.
Jags get set to kick it off. And the high kick is going to be taken at the 9-yard line, brought to the near side, and there's not a lot of running room there for Deontay Smith. And they're going to have very poor field position. The Jags scoring on the touchdown pass. They go 65 yards on that drive, their opening drive of the game, to take a 7-0 lead.
Isn't it amazing what a difference a good kickoff makes, and we were able to get good coverage down there. So Raytown starting on their 15-yard line. Let's hope that our corners are a little bit more ready to play than they were the very first series.
Raytown coming out after getting the play while they were on the sideline as a unit. So they're going to have it at the 15-yard line. Baxter will keep it on the read option, and he doesn't get anything, trying to eventually cut it upfield. And so it'll be 2nd down and 10 from that point. Our referee tonight is J.L. Roach. Michael Ricketts, the umpire. The linesman is Benjamin Rackers. The line judge, Rich Busby. And the back judge, Mike Niemeyer.
A little bit different option play from Raytown that time. They had a fake to the running back inside, and the quarterback came out, and everybody was covered. The quarterback had to try to make the best of it, and it looks like he got a no-yard gain.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from their own 15. Baxter's going to throw. Baxter being forced out of the pocket by Cofield, but he'll find a receiver at the 20-yard line. Woods will make the catch, but he's still going to be about 5 yards short, make it 4 yards short of the first down. Ricky Nichols there on the stop for the Jags.
Ricky was in man-to-man coverage and really stayed with him really well. The quarterback was starting to scramble, running to his left, and found the receiver through a nice ball, and Ricky was able to hold that to a 5-yard gain. Otherwise, that kid's running crazy down the sideline.
Like they did on that first completion.
Yeah, maybe not crazy, but at least well.
So to bring up third down, man in motion. Coming to the near side is Smith. Similar play to the wide side of the field that they had the big gain on. But this time they toss it to the running back in the backfield. That's Antonio Williams. And a flag is going to be thrown on the end of the play as he was tackled by Hunter Jenkins, the senior linebacker.
You know, I talked before the game about fundamentals. There's a great example. Nick Blair came up and took out the lead blocker. Linebackers came in behind him. That's fundamentally sound because the running back wasn't able to utilize that front blocker. So great fundamentals there and stop the play.
And the penalty is going to be personal foul against Raytown.
And I believe that was after the play was over, so they won't get to repeat third down, I don't think.
So that's going to back them up. It'll take them half the distance, go back to the 9-yard line.
So it's fourth down, yes. They don't replay the down.
So they'll punt out of the end zone.
Formation number 31, Chris Howard. Deep to the Jags, number 3, Ricky Nichols.
Chris Howard, who is a linebacker by trade, will punt the football. Nichols standing at his own 35. And another punt, this one off the side of his foot, bounces at the 10 and rolls out of bounds at the 11-yard line. And you take a look at Howard, the young man who has been their kicker, Mitch Grable, has been pretty good and averages about 30 yards a kick, but we haven't seen him tonight. And Howard, according to the stats, punting for just the first time this year tonight, and that one went for all of 2 yards.
Well, I think he saw 3 or 4 Jaguars in front of his face bar. He was a little concerned about getting that one blocked. So
Nigro is going to throw on the first play after the punt. It's into the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown.
Riley Moore McKinney runs an out route and got the defensive back to his inside shoulder. He turned out, and Noah Nigro put the ball exactly where he was supposed to. Great execution on that play.
So a 10-yard touchdown pass, and Nigro has thrown 2 of them in this game. He's got 7 now for the year. And Nathan Rockwell is going to try to add his second extra point of the night. Snap back, the ball is down, the kick is up, and it's good.
Tell you what, Noah's done a great job tonight. Raytown's got good secondary coverage, and they were playing man-to-man. Riley Moore McKinney ran a great route, and Noah put the ball right on the money. So super execution. That's another key to the game we talked about pregame. So the Jaguars look like they came to play.
Timeout on the field, back with a kickoff. 14-0 Jags lead Raytown on 10:30 a.m. KCWJ.
Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than about retirement. But if you think your retirement deserves more attention, I can help. I'm Eric Sporing, financial advisor at U.S. Bank and Corp Investments. Stop by my office at 1500 North 7 Highway in Blue Springs.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not guaranteed by the bank, may lose value, not insured by any federal government agency. Investment products and services are available through U.S. Bank Corp Investments, member FINRA, SIPC, an investment advisor and brokerage subsidiary of U.S. Bank Corp and affiliate of U.S. Bank.
The kickoff is going to be brought out from the 4-yard line and brought out by Deron Jones, and he'll get to as far out as the 15 and then is driven back. So let's see where they put him. D'Avril Burns is there on the stop along with Malcolm Adair. So the Blue Jays will have it first and 10 on the 15-yard line.
Boy, great kick coverage can just do so much for you. They're going to have to go 85 yards to get anything on this.
And the handoff, Baxter will give the ball to his running back, who doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. And now, Coach, you're beginning to see the Jags line really asserting himself as Carpenter ends up losing a yard. It'll be actually lost 2, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, you can see and from the play that I mentioned a couple of downs ago, the Jaguar defensive line is just moving the offensive line back for Raytown. And that allows our linebackers to run free to the ball carrier, and that makes it a lot easier to defense.
Empty backfield for Mike Baxter, the Raytown quarterback. And before the play can get underway, illegal procedure or a false start will cost him 5 more. Our first quarter brought to you by Rancho Grande Cantina, where every Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Buy one, get one tacos every Tuesday. And you can also enjoy half-price appetizers every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Rancho Grande Cantina in Blue Springs. Well, they've already got the play called, so they'll snap the football on 2nd down. They're going to air it out quickly, and Baxter will overthrow his intended receiver. They were looking for Deontay Smith at the 40-yard line.
Good coverage that time. That was Micah Mayberry, I believe, for Blue Springs South on the coverage. He did a great job running stride for stride. Really, that had no chance. The quarterback just had to throw it away.
And that's because the rush is getting in on him now, and they're pretty well starting to establish their dominance on the line of scrimmage, at least on the defensive side of the ball. Ball back in the 9. It'll be 3rd down. They've got to get to the 25 for a first down, and they're going to try to get a running back to the corner, and may have been Baxter keeping it, and he's not going to get much. In fact, I'm not sure that he got a yard.
That was the dive option again to the left, and Jags were very disciplined. The person that was supposed to cover the quarterback did a great job. The pitch man was covered. Once again, that play has no chance because we do fundamentals correct, and I just can't tell you how important that is at this time of the season.
Howard, according to the numbers, new to punting the ball for the Blue Jays, and he's having to kick now for the 2nd time out of his own end zone. Nichols back at the 30, best kick of the night, and it'll drive him back to the 39. He'll sidestep one tackler. He'll get to the 30, inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line along the far side.
And look what these two defensive stands has provided the Jags. We got the ball on the 12-yard line and now on the 28-yard line, and another 10 yards, and we've got a real good chance for a field goal here. So we got a great chance to get points out of both of these drives and move up on them by 3 scores.
Care Spot Urgent Care has 8 locations in the Kansas City area. They're open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., which means you can get care when and where you need it. Check them out online at carespot.com, because life's surprises don't always happen during regular business hours. So they ready the ball for play at the 28-yard line. Cofield is going to get the handoff. Nice hold, but it closes quickly as one of the linebackers comes up to trip him up after a gain of a couple of yards.
Really a nice job there. That was number 5, Kalen Mack, came up from a safety position to make that tackle. It looked like Cofield was off to the races and really only got 2 yards.
4.5 minutes to play in the first quarter, 14-0. The Jags have the lead, and they'll send trips coming to the near side. Nigro with Cofield standing next to him. The fake of the handoff, he's going to throw, looks over the middle and finds his receiver at the 22-yard line.
They had a safety blitz on that time, and Noah was able to get rid of the ball, and really coverage was all over the receiver. That's that slant route again that we threw for a touchdown a few minutes ago. The receiver did a great job of concentrating on the ball even though he was getting hit. So it's going to be 3rd and about 4, it looks like, instead of 5.
DJ Frost with his 3rd catch of the year for 21 yards now. And it's 3rd down and 5 with twins to each side. Nigro to throw, sets up, he's looking long. Got a man for the touchdown. That's DJ Frost with his 4th catch of the year, his 1st for a score.
You know, man coverage is really good if the guys can read it, but when the quarterback has time like that, receiver made an inside move and then headed to that corner of the end zone, and once again Noah is able to have enough time to put the ball right where it's supposed to. an easy score of the 3 we've had. Nice job by the Jaguar offense.
23-yard pass for the score. Rockwell to add the extra point, which he does. And with that score, Lunar Bowl will make a donation to the Scores for Scholarships program. We want to thank Gary Cobb and invite you to visit lunarbowl.com. 3:44 to go first quarter, 21-0. The Jags lead Raytown. From Vision Sports on KCWJ.
A minor adjustment is a trusted choice for your chiropractic care and acupuncture needs in Blue Springs and eastern Jackson County. Dr. Andy Miner and his caring staff are ready to assist you for body aches and pains, sports injuries, or if you've been injured in an automobile accident. A minor adjustment has 2 convenient locations to serve you. Downtown at 801 West Main Street. Call 228-5522. And inside Club 7 Fitness at 1241 Southwest 7 Highway. Call 224-3790. Online at aminoradjustment.net.
Noah Nigro with his 3rd touchdown pass. He is 6 for 6 for 82 yards and 3 touchdowns here in the first quarter. 3:44 left in the quarter. The high kick taken back at the 6-yard line by Smith. Comes to the near side. Hit at the 14. Down at the 17. The ball may be loose, and it's picked up by the Jags. And they're going to take it and advance it down to the 6-yard line, and another turnover, and Blue Springs South, already up 21-0, is going to have the ball once again inside the red zone, and they're going to put it down on the 7-yard line. And this trip into the red zone brought to you by U.S. Bank Investments Advisor Eric Sporing. You want to provide for your children's education or prepare for a comfortable retirement, call Eric at 655-3065.
I didn't get the number of the kid that knocked the ball out, but he ran by. He just poked that ball out of the receivers. Number 18, yeah.
Colin West on the option. The pitch. Cofield, touchdown.
Well, I believe we've got Raytown flustered here with this attack, but it goes right back to fundamentals. When the kickoff team covers, they run by, and if that ball's sticking out a little bit, they're taught to knock that ball loose. It did that time, gave us great field position, speed option. We run it well. All of a sudden, it's going to be 28-0 here.
Rockwell, who hadn't attempted an extra point kick in a game this year, is now about to try his 4th of the night. And the line drive kick is good. 3:27 to go, first quarter. 28-0. The Jags have the lead over the Raytown Blue Jays. You're listening to Jags football from Vision Sports on 10:30 a.m. KCWJ.
St. Mary's Manor, located at 111 Northwest Mock Avenue, provides high-quality senior and rehabilitation care for Blue Springs and eastern Jackson County. The caring and professional staff at St. Mary's Manor offers a full range of services, including an aggressive rehab-to-home program offering both inpatient and outpatient services. St. Mary's Manor participates in Medicare, several managed care programs, Medicaid, and workers' compensation programs. For more information, call 228-5655 or online at stmarysmanor.com.
Vision Sports and Papa John's can save you money and raise money for the Blue Springs Education Foundation. Now through the end of the school year, receive 40% off your entire regular menu online order price when you enter the promo code BSEF40. The kick is going into the end zone and will be brought out to the 20-yard line. All you have to do is go to papajohns.com and enter the promo code BSEF40. Papa John's will donate 10% of your order's cost to the Blue Springs Education Foundation.
You know, you talked about Noah Nigro being 6 for 6, and I had talked about the calm that he provided for the Jaguar team. How about our stat guy, Kevin Hornick? We're getting this stuff fed to us like we know something. He does such a great job. It's easy to take him for granted.
Well, I tell you what, I'm sitting over here watching the sparks fly from his pen, having to scratch all those numbers out so fast.
Not to mention how smart he is. He's got sparks flying around him all the time.
I think that's because they haven't lubed the sprockets as they roll. But don't tell him I said that.
All right.
First down and 10. It's 28-0. And we're still in the first quarter with 3:02 remaining.
Well, and don't tell him I said it was a rumor that they didn't even teach math at Northwest Missouri, so evidently that's wrong.
I got to watch that one because I got a lot of friends around here that are green Bulldogs, as opposed to the little purple ones that are over in Kirksville.
Yeah, there you go.
Out of the pistol, Baxter's going to throw, swings it out to Smith, who makes the catch at the 20-yard line, the original line of scrimmage, and he'll fall forward for a couple of yards. And after spreading things out on that first long completion, Baxter's found it going tough, and he's going to get close to 4 yards on that first down play.
Yeah, and isn't it a weird coincidence that their passing game has dropped off as soon as we started putting pressure on the quarterback? Our defensive line and linebackers, once again, they kind of set the tone, don't they?
They certainly do, as Christian Woods comes to the near side, draws man coverage, and they're going to flip the ball out. And as soon as Smith out of the backfield makes the catch, he gets wrapped up and tossed down by Nick Blair. And there's no gain on the play. I was going to say there was a very small gain, if any. And
well, you talk about how one thing affects another. The pass rush has caused them to go to shorter routes. They're not able to get time to throw it deep, so they have to hit them right out of the backfield, and we've got good man coverage, and they're not able to make any yards on a completion. So once again, the defensive line and pass and linebackers set the tone.
Ahmad Abdel Nasser comes to the near side, and they're going to go the other way, and the pass to Smith at the 30 overthrown, and probably a good thing because the guy who was there ready to A, jump the route, or B, provide the hit was DeAvril Burns, the junior cornerback.
And he was right there. Great job of coverage. Once again, they're going to have to punt. Look where we're going to get the ball. Our punt returner is inside the 50.
And they're going to kick it from about the 11 or 12, and that's Chris Howard, who has had tough time punting the ball tonight. Fourth punt here in the quarter, is that it? Sounds about right. And they put a little pressure on. He gets a little better kick away and kicks it away from DJ Frost, who is back deep, and it bounces sideways and goes out of bounds at the Jags' 46-yard line, which is within 4 yards of midfield, and that's the worst field position they've had tonight.
Right.
Down to 1:51 left to play in what has been a wild offensive first quarter for the Jags.
Actually, that punt was a little better. That was a 27-yard punt with no return, so that's probably not as something to go all Metro on, but much better for Raytown. And this kid's got to be a little nervous since it's his first time punting.
Well, he's had 1 of 2 yards and 1 of 27. Nigro's going to throw out of the pistol, and he will look for Frost. He's got him. Frost straight upfield, takes it into Blue Jay territory and is upended at the 42-yard line. Making the tackle is Jalen Cowley, a junior defensive back for the Blue Jays.
Great pass call on that. I'll give credit to that by the coaches. They've been burned for touchdowns so many times. The Raytown secondary is backed off to about a 12-yard cushion, so we throw the quick hitch where we just turn and throw to the inside receiver, and he gets about 12 yards for a gain. First down.
90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The fake handoff to Cofield, and Nigro will flip it out of the flat where Miles will catch it at the 40 and pick up a couple of yards, but then he's hit right in the back as soon as he catches it.
Basically the same play to the other side, and the safety did a much better job that time coming up and making the stop. So 2nd and 8's not bad.
Dayron Jones is the guy who made the tackle there. There at the end of the first quarter, Blue Springs and Rockhurst all tied 7-7. Trips go wide to the right side. A single man comes to the near side. Nigro with Cofield in the backfield with him. He's going to throw to Briley Moore McKinney, and he had a step on the defender. The pass was broken up. They're defending on the play is Javon Carr, a senior defensive back, and he was beaten but got a hand in there to distract him.
That's great closing speed. Javon Carr did a great job, and when they do something well, we got to say that too. He was beat, but he put his head down and made up some ground with the ball in the air and was able to knock that ball away. And that was from Briley Moore McKinney, who ran a good route also.
So to bring up 3rd down and 8 from the 40-yard line. Cofield standing pretty close to Nigro in the backfield, and they may have to take time out. The Jags are going to talk it over with 45.6 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play. We'll take a break with the score. Blue Springs South 28, Raytown nothing. You're listening to Jags football from Vision Sports on KCWJ.
Have you tried to look 10 or 20 years into your future? Jobs, families, and goals change. You need to create a plan for your retirement, thoughtfully, professionally, and personally. Waddell & Reed can help. For 7 decades, we have helped investors work toward a secure retirement. You can count on your Waddell & Reed financial advisor to craft a plan that is right for you. Waddell & Reed, investing with a plan. Waddell & Reed Incorporated, member SIPC.
Call Christopher Wade at 816-358-2463.
Third down and 8, 45.6 seconds left to go here in quarter number 1. Jags with a 28-0 lead over Raytown, a team they've beaten all 3 times they have played in the past, and they're going to blitz. Nigro rolls away, finds a receiver, and the man makes the catch but gets back to the 40-yard line, and that was DJ Frost, and they put good pressure on Nigro and knocked him down.
They did kind of a split-in screen there. The split-in ran toward the quarterback, and brought the defensive back with him. We didn't get the block, so it wasn't quite as well executed as some of the other plays we've run tonight. But fourth down here at the 40, and it looks like they're going to go for it instead of punting. Yeah,
Theo Smith is the guy who brought the lumber and forced Nigro to dump the ball off. They're going to use their vanilla set. 4 wide, 2 left, 2 wide, right. Ball in the middle of the field, going right to left, and they're going to wait for the start of the second quarter to get the play off. Our first quarter brought to you by Rancho Grande Cantina. And at the end of 1, it's the Jags 28, Raytown nothing. Back with the second quarter right after this from Vision Sports on KCWJ.
Hey, Wildcat and Jaguar fans, get your discounts pumped up with a discount double check from the Blue Springs State Farm agents, proud to bring you the Cats and Jags. Call Chad Smith at 229-1037 or Steve Shipman at 228-6696. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. This is Myron Thomas with your in-game update presented by Foster Dental Care, providing healthy smiles in Blue Springs for over 30 years. Call 228-6988, online at fosterdentalcare.com. First quarter scores: Blue Springs 7, Rockhurst 7, Lee Summit West 14, Lee Summit 0, and Staley over. Staley is leading 6-0, and they are playing North Kansas City. Now let's go back to Larry Stewart Stadium with Rob Evans and Buddy Young.
Thanks, Myron. It's 28-0. Jags with the ball. They're looking fourth down and long. The throw to Briley Moore McKinney for the touchdown.
That's the fade route. Briley Moore McKinney runs straight down the field and a little bit toward the sideline as he goes. The key to that was that Noah Nigro put the ball right in his hands, and the receiver really didn't have much of a chance. A 40-yard completion for a touchdown there.
Briley Moore McKinney with his second touchdown pass. The fourth touchdown throw of the game for Nigro. He's thrown for 9 touchdowns this year. Briley Moore McKinney with 4 touchdown catches. And the extra point, the snap back, the ball down. Rockwell boots it through with 11:53 to go in the first half. 35-0. Jags have the lead over Raytown. You're listening to Vision Sports on KCWJ.
Riley Moore McKinney. 6.
First Bible Baptist Church on Adams Dairy Parkway in Blue Springs. I'm Mark Brown, the lead pastor of the church, and I also double up as the director of ADP Sports, a ministry extension of our church. It's a great blessing to be located across the street from the YMCA and Blue Springs South High School, where we as a church endeavor to fulfill our mission to reach out into the surrounding cities and towns with the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. We invite you to come out and get involved in one of the programs of ADP Sports, or join us on one of our Sunday morning worship services at 8:30 and 10 o'clock. Please visit our website at firstbibleadp.com for more information. God bless.
35-0. Jags have the advantage. Second quarter of tonight's game brought to you by CarStar Blue Springs at 3210 East 40 Highway in Blue Springs. They're the auto body repair experts. Call 224-1100 for CarStar Blue Springs. Relax. We'll take it from here.
How many times do you see a play like that on fourth down? A 40-yard touchdown pass.
Be wide open. A high kick that is going to be taken at the 5-yard line and brought out. 10 to the 15 to the 20, and down he goes shy of the 20-yard line. That was Deontay Smith with the touchdown and the points that have been scored tonight. Lunar Bowl will make a donation to the Scores for Scholarships program. We want to thank Gary Cobb and the folks at Lunar Bowl and invite you to visit them and visit their website at lunarbowl.com.
You know, I don't want to jinx the Jags here. The defense is playing very well. If we can hold them off 35-point lead, we'll have a running clock the second half, but this could be a long second quarter for the Raytown Blue Jays tonight.
Could be a long second quarter for all of us.
Yeah.
But it's much better from this side of the table as opposed to the other.
It absolutely is.
Baxter, back to pass, rolling right. He's getting chased, and he will unload. And coming back to catch the ball is Deontay Smith.
Boy, Deontay, he's a really fine receiver. He saw that the quarterback was in trouble, stopped his route, and the rule is you run to the quarterback when there's pressure coming to him. So really great job. It's second and short for Raytown here. Nice job on first down.
He'll pick up 8, second down and 2. They're going to bring Christian Woods wide to the near side. They've got a man in the slot, same set to the short side of the field, and Baxter's not going to get a chance to get that one away as he's sacked back at the 21-yard line.
There was the pressure by the defensive line and linebackers. It really didn't matter what routes were being run. There was no chance for the quarterback to get that away.
Achilles Griffin, the 6'1", 260-pound senior lineman, leading the charge to get the quarterback there.
I'll tell you, Achilles moves pretty well.
For a big guy, you better believe
absolutely. He moves pretty well for any guy.
That'll bring up third down and 8. We played 60 seconds here in quarter number 2. 35-0. The Jags have the advantage. Baxter's going to throw. He sets up, guns it over the middle. The pass is intercepted at the 28-yard line, returning it inside the 5, in for the touchdown.
It's a linebacker. We'll get his number in just a minute, but he had middle zone coverage. Just stepped in front of the pass as soon as it left the quarterback's hands, and great job that time. It looks like he's going to be in there for the extra point.
Coming out of there after intercepting the pass and returning it for the score, Hunter Jenkins, a senior linebacker, with 10:45.
Hunter showed a little speed, a little running action there. He stiff-armed a defender so he could get in the end zone. Nice job. He's going to be telling Coach Oder he needs to be putting that backfield maybe.
Snap back, the ball is down, and Rockwell boots it through. So with 10:45 remaining in the first half, it's the Jags 42, Raytown nothing. You're listening to Jags football from Vision Sports on KCWJ.
Are you looking for that wow factor for your next event? A wedding, birthday, retirement? You can take your event to the next level when you serve a delicious custom-made cake from the Cake Pan. The Cake Pan has been making customized cakes to order since 1980, featuring its fantastic buttercream icing, always made from scratch. Kathy Yardley prepares each cake with devoted passion and expertise, knowing it's an important aspect to her client's special event. The Cake Pan, located at 609 Northwest R.D. Mize Road in Blue Springs. Call 228-7180, online at thecakepan.com.
Second quarter of tonight's game brought to you by CarStar Blue Springs at 3210 East 40 Highway. They're the auto body repair experts. Give them a call at 224-1100 for CarStar Blue Springs. Relax. We'll take it from here.
Deep to receive for Raytown, number 6, Deontay Smith. And also number 30, Deron Jones, kicking out for the Jags.
Deron Jones and Deontay Smith back deep for the Raytown Blue Jays as Nathan Rockwell gets set to kick this one away. A line drive back inside the 5, dropped at the 4, picked up in the end zone. They're going to let him run it out. His feet were in the end zone and honestly should have been a touchback.
I think the ball had crossed the goal line when he picked it up, but it's harder to see from here. I guess those guys have a little bit better view than we do.
Yeah, they do, but hindsight always says we're right. Is that true? Either way, I mean, it's going to benefit the Jags because he brought it out and it comes to the 12-yard line. That last touchdown means another donation from Lunar Bowl to the Scores for Scholarships program. Thanks, Gary Cobb and all the folks at Lunar Bowl. Be sure to visit them at lunarbowl.com.
Well, I don't have much ESP, but I can guarantee you on the sideline they're trying to figure out a way to run some clock off on the Raytown sideline.
And the handoff, that's the first step towards doing it, but the problem is their offensive line is being overwhelmed right now, and the running back is thrown for a loss. The guy who was running it was Antonio Williams, and he gets thrown for about a 5-yard loss.
Justice Hurler was in the backfield before the ball carrier even had the ball and was tackling him for about a 4 or 5 yard. Actually, it looks like, oh my gosh, it's an 8-yard loss.
They need to get to the 22 for a first down. And
second down and 15.
Baxter will hand it off, and
looks there may have been a fumble on the play, Rob.
They're still fighting for it at about the 4-yard line. And
fumble on the play. Recovered by Raytown.
That was a read option. He put the ball in the gut of the running back, and I don't know if there was a mix-up. Maybe he thought he was handing it off, and the other guy thought he was keeping it. So little mix-up on the play, but the running back was able to fall on it, so it's third down.
Third down and 18 as they put the ball on the 4-yard line. They've got to get to the 22, and we've got a new quarterback in the ball game for Raytown, and he's going to throw. The pass is complete at the 10-yard line, making the catch, Christian Woods.
Complete to number 13, Christian Woods.
Once again, when they need that much distance, they're having to make their routes so short that even when they complete a pass, it really doesn't help them all that much. It's going to be 4th and about 13 now.
Jacob Smurl, the junior quarterback, was the guy who completed that pass. Bobby Rivera and Brody Parker in on the tackle for the Jags. And Howard is going to punt for the 3rd time tonight from his own end zone. And the return man standing at the 35-yard line. The high snap, he has to go up and get it, and the punt is blocked. Riley Moore McKinney tries to dive on it and keep it in play, and it will be a safety. So you add 2 more points, and it's 44-0.
Rolls out the back of the end zone. It looks like Jake Lamb, by the way the kids are congratulating him. It looks like Jake Lamb got the ball blocked, and they just couldn't catch up with it before it rolled out the back of the end zone, or it would have been a touchdown.
So it is 44-0 as Lamb blocks the punt.
It's always exciting on the sideline in this type of game that the JV kids are getting excited because they've got a chance to get in a varsity game here. I promise you, they're all talking about, are my socks up, pulled up all the way? They want to look good if they're going to get in the game. Oh, Raytown average starting position is their own 19-yard line. That's tough sledding against a good defensive team like the Jaguars.
Well, we invite you to stay tuned for the halftime show brought to you by Joe Bowman and the great folks at BR Carpet. For the best in flooring in Blue Springs, call 224-0777. Online at brcarpet.com. I make that plug because I want to listen to Tony Reisinger describe this first half and recap this first half and try to add up those numbers. He's heading his head over there, yeah.
Well, had he gone to Maryville, he might have been able to do a little more with those numbers. The way he might get help from Hangtime Hornick over here.
A line drive kick that is going to be caught at the 34-yard line, coming to the near side to the 50 and into Blue Jay territory.
Number 2, Miles Davis.
Miles Davis with the return. And Raytown average start at their own 19, and Blue Springs has averaged probably starting well inside Raytown territory as well.
Except for the very first drive, I think they started inside Raytown's territory.
We have an injured player down in the near sideline, and it's a Blue Jay as the trainers come across from the far side of the field. The second quarter brought to you by CarStar Blue Springs, located at 3210 East 40 Highway in Blue Springs. They're the auto body repair experts. Call 224-1100 for CarStar Blue Springs. Relax. We'll take it from here. Buddy, I know you're going to join me in wishing Dan Israel a recovery as he's listening to the ball game tonight. And I want to wish him a speedy recovery before this game gets away from him tonight at 44-0.
Dan Israel, great man, and has been tremendous help in this broadcast ever since we started. Isn't that right, Tony? He's been around from the very beginning.
Well, that's 19 years that he's provided the assistance, and if he wasn't there last week in Lee Summit, we're not on the air. So, Danny, we appreciate all of your help, and Godspeed, my friend, and wish you a speedy recovery and hope that you're back with us soon.
You know, Dan treats us high school guys just like we're in the professional ranks. He's one of the most enjoyable conversations I can ever have. I'm a huge Chiefs fan, so whenever he's here for the broadcast, I enjoy trading ideas with him, and he does a wonderful job.
Well, I don't know if you had a chance Thursday night to listen to his interview with Len Dawson talking about the quarterback and how he gets hit behind a makeshift offensive line, but it was a classic, an instant classic. The injured player, Jason Freeman, walking across the field, has a tiny bit of a hitch in his get-along, but walking off under his own power, so we'll see if he gets to return to play the rest of this second quarter and on into the second half. Jags have the ball at the 46-yard line, and you're starting to see some guys who don't normally get in there. Ethan Swanigan, a sophomore, goes split wide to the left. They've got two guys to each side. And a new quarterback as well. Cale Connors is going to hand the ball off after a gain of a yard. The running back is driven back.
Number 23, Caleb Hutzel on the run.
And that was Caleb Hutzel, the senior, checking in at the running back spot. Hutzel this year has rushed for 140 yards on 19 carries, averaging 7.4 yards a carry. They've got two guys in Nigro and Hutzel averaging over 7 yards per carry.
Yeah, really, the Jags have gotten better each week. And tonight, they really needed to come out focused like they are, and they've done a great job.
The handoff to Davis. Davis will get inside the 45 as he comes to the near corner, the 44-yard line. And it'll bring up third down and 7 yards to go. 7:25 remaining in the first half. 44-0 Blue Springs. 28-0 at the first stop. First play of the second quarter, a touchdown pass of 40 yards on a 4th down and 8 play, and then an interception returned by Hunter Jenkins for a touchdown and a safety on a block punt out of the end zone. On third down, the handoff to Davis. Davis slips one tackle, but then loses the ball, and they're going to say that it was caused by the ground as he was drilled into the turf and gets helped up. He was down at the 44-yard line.
Twisted his ankle a little bit, and you can tell Jaguar staff has got a lot of class. They've substituted some players in. They have a third down and long, and they run a sweep, so they avoid completing a pass against Raytown. They want to give some kids an opportunity to play and get out of here healthy. Not very many games do you say that with 7 minutes left in there, 6 minutes left in the
first
second quarter. Yeah.
Corey Jackson in to punt it away. He averages 35.6 yards a kick on 5 punts. Low snap. He'll catch it at the knee and hit a high end-over-end kick That will drive the return man back to the 8-yard line. That's Smith, Deontay Smith, and he gets to the 12-yard line before he's driven back.
Smith did a great job of hanging on to that punt with the coverage there. We had great coverage down there, so I had guys right in his face. It was a 27-yard punt and really good coverage, so the Jag defense steps in here, and hopefully they can keep them from crossing the 50 again.
Malcolm Adair makes the tackle on the play. The Sonic Locker Room covers the Cats and Jags throughout the school year. Tune in to 10:30 a.m. KCWJ every Monday at 5 p.m. for the Wildcats edition, and every Tuesday at 5 p.m. for the Jags edition. You can hear the archive broadcast at soniclockerroom.com. 6 minutes to go, first half, 44-0. And the quarterback has to sidestep one defender, but then he gets back to the 10-yard line before he is drilled back. That's Jacob Smurl, who entered the game in place of Mike Baxter. And according to the stat sheet, he hasn't completed the pass or attempted one before this game here this evening.
Malik Cadenhead was over there, and the quarterback thought he could slip right by him. Not. He did a great job of just reaching out with that big arm and wrapping up the quarterback and taking him down for a loss.
Brody Parker, the sophomore, in on the tackle. Smurl is going to roll to the right, look to throw. He fires it deep. He's got a man out there, but Abdul Nasser was covered and overthrown. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 12 from the 10-yard line.
D'Averill Burns over there on the coverage. He did a great job. Really, it's good that the quarterback overthrew it because D'Averill was right there for the interception had it been a better ball.
3rd down and 12.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm kind of like you. I was saying he was pretty well defended.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that it wasn't intentionally overthrown, but probably a good thing that it was. 3rd and 12, and they're going to have to put it up from the 10-yard line. Running out of the pistol with twins, 2 to each side. The handoff on the draw play, big hole, but yeah, it is going to be big enough to get the first down as Carpenter rumbles through there and picks up first down yardage. Deion Carpenter, the sophomore, their leading rusher, out to the 23-yard line. And
13-yard gain. A linebacker missed a tackle, and he was able to slip by and make big yards for them. So they've got a first down at the 23.
Good for Raytown, first down.
So the Blue Jays with the first down. The clock continues to run with 5:05 remaining. And Smurl is going to roll to the right, look to throw. Now he's going to run. He gets to the 25 and out of bounds or close to it at the 26-yard line.
You know, we talked about early in the game, look at that situation. You've got about 6 Jaguars that were able to sprint to the perimeter with the quarterback on their team. We've got great team defensive speed, and we have great team pursuit. They just won't let up. Nice job by the defense.
2nd down and 7 from the 26-yard line.
Adrian Gray, a senior, comes in, replacing Deron Jones, a sophomore. Woods comes split to the near side, and they are going to hand the ball off out over the 26 to about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line is Carpenter.
You know, when the Jags have a big lead, we get the celebrities that try to come into the press box. We've had Jim Finley up here, and now Randy Dowell, the very famous ex-principal here and football coach at Blue Springs South. So they all try to come up here and get to be a piece of it.
You notice that our bodyguards, Brian Johnston, Tony Reisinger, keep it clear. Smurl looks to pass. He's being chased. Now he tries to cut back and goes down at the 30-yard line, and making the stop for the Jags, Robert Thomas, the junior. And a punting situation once again. And the clock runs with 3:25 to go.
I just can't tell you how big a deal it is that the great team speed our defense has. Defensive end runs down a quarterback from behind like that. It's just really special to see the kids run that way. And I think, you know, John Euler is the defensive coordinator. He does a great job with the linebackers and defensive ends. And if he can get them to play as hard as he played, they're going to be just fine.
You know, we were talking this morning when we recorded our pregame interview with Coach Greg Oder about next game, last game, next game.
Yes.
They took care of that pretty early, and they're going to force Howard to punt. And it's blocked by Jake Lamb and will go out of bounds inside the 15 at the 14-yard line.
Well,
so the second block punt of the day.
Cale Connors was going to block it, and when he went by the punter stopped and tried to run around to the side and punt it on a second try, and that one got blocked also. So they're having trouble keeping the guys out.
Well, I think the Jags have proven that theory doesn't apply, because they didn't think too much about Rockhurst and focused on Raytown quickly and lead 44-0 and have the ball at the 14-yard line. On first down, a handoff, not much there for Hutzel.
You know, we talked about Raytown having his average starting position inside their 20. Blue Springs' average starting position is at Raytown's 35-yard line, which tells you a lot. The field position is just so important in any football game, high school, college, pros.
Swanigan goes split wide to the left. He's solo out that way. And Hutzel in the backfield with Cale Connors. And Hutzel, handoff. Inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the goal line. He loses the football, and it looks like the Jags have fallen upon it.
And I'm not sure he wasn't down when the ball came out, but either way, we're going to have it down inside the 2-yard line.
And another trip inside the red zone with 1:57 left to go. Brought to you by Eric Sporing, U.S. Bank Investments Advisor. Give Eric a call if you want to talk about a comfortable retirement, 655-3065. Also help you plan for your child's education. He can do it all. That's Eric Sporing, 655-3065. Give me a call. Twins come to the near side, and they go to the far side as well. Window dressing for the run. No. They're going to throw, and Swanigan with the catch for the score.
That's just a little turnout route in the end zone, and he was able to put the defensive back in a bad spot. We delivered the ball to a great position, and touchdown, Jaguars.
So Connors with the touchdown pass. He is 4 for 5 this year for 73 yards and 2 scores. That's not bad for a guy who's supposed to be a backup.
Yeah.
Rockwell will attempt to kick the extra point once again. And it is 51-0 with 90 seconds, 89 seconds to be exact, left to go here in the first half. We'll be back with the Jags kickoff from Vision Sports on 10:30 a.m. KCWJ.
The Fieldhouse is opening soon in Blue Springs. The Fieldhouse is a 76,000 square foot indoor recreation and fitness facility located at 425 Northeast Mock Avenue. The Fieldhouse features a 6,500 square foot fitness center, 4 hard surfaced courts, an artificial turf field, 2 walking tracks, a spin studio, aerobic and dance studio, child watch room, party and meeting rooms, and much, much more. For membership and other information, log on to bluespringsgov.com/Fieldhouse.
.129 left to go in the first half. It is 51-0.
You know, the only thing I regret about a game like this is when the score gets to be this big, Brian Johnson likes to do his bird calls and take some time up on the air to show everybody. He's won several bird call calling contests, and if he wants to do that tonight, it gets a little scary.
A new kickoff man leaves it short at the 13-yard line. And coming out of there after the return is Deontay Smith. They're about to wear him out. Kind of reminds me of what Dick Butkus said after you remember when Packers beat the Chiefs in the first Super Bowl. And then the next preseason, the first game was against the Bears at Municipal Stadium. Chiefs were wanting to make a statement, and it was kind of similar to what we're seeing tonight. And Dick Butkus said they dang near killed that horse. That was when they rode war paint up and down the sideline.
Yeah, Hank Stram got a little upset with some of the words that were said after the Super Bowl, so they came ready to play for the first preseason game.
Yep. Down to 1:23 to go in the half. Smurl is going to throw. He sets up, guns it over the middle. Smith makes the catch at the 47-yard line and is driven back to the 46 is where they're going to spot the ball.
We've got the JV defensive line, and they put fair pressure on the quarterback. He didn't have a lot of time to throw, but pretty good coverage there, and Deontay does a great job running routes.
Smurl is going to look. He's going to throw again. He's going deep and overthrows his intended receiver, Christian Woods, on an out pattern at the 20.
A little bit of contact with the corner that time, but I think the receiver ran into the defensive back and then turned it into an out route.
And the ball was overthrown.
Absolutely.
On the out.
And if we have the same officials we did the last time we did a broadcast, that would be a crime because they threw a flag about every down.
Take a look at, if you're watching the replay as we return to live action, but
Miles Davis has got an injury. They're taking him off the field on a cart.
He's been one of those guys that Greg Oda referred to earlier when we did our pregame interview, saying that we've had some guys who've missed some time and gotten back, and he was one who was coming back, and he's got, looks like an ice bag on his right knee.
Hope that's precautionary, and they can get him back. You hate to have any kid hurt anytime.
Ball is on the 46-yard line. And we're under 30 seconds to go here in the first half. 51-0. Blue Springs South with the lead over Raytown here at Larry Stewart Stadium. And they're going to load it up and go again. And there's a push off at the 25-yard line as Ahmad Abdel Nasser went up for the pass. And
great no call, though, by the official. There was offensive pass interference there he could have called. But he doesn't make the call in a game like this. There's no reason to do that.
And ball wasn't catchable as it was.
Absolutely.
So that stops the clock with 13 seconds to go. Preps KC is the ultimate in high school football coverage. Check out the website for live scores and all your high school football information. On fourth down, with 13 seconds to go, Howard's going to hit this one high, and a fair catch is going to be called for and made at the 25-yard line. If you'd like to download the free Preps KC app, go to the Apple Store or the Android Market. 7.9 left to go, a 30-yard punt.
I'm betting you will not see a pass on this play. What do you think?
Do you hand it off or do you take a knee?
I think maybe you just take a knee, but we'll see.
7.9 left. They start the play clock.
First down and 10 from the 25-yard line.
And this probably will be the final play of the half, and that's exactly what the Jags do. They take a knee, and we have reached halftime. Stay tuned for the halftime show, brought to you by Joe Bowman and the great folks at BR Carpet. For the best in flooring in Blue Springs, call 224-0777 or go online at brcarpet.com. It's the Jags 51, Raytown nothing. We have reached the half, and Tony Reisinger will have our halftime show coming up after this from Vision Sports on 1030 a.m. KCWJ.
Blue Springs attorney David Zeiler and the Zeiler Law Firm is proud to call Blue Springs home and, like you, proudly cheers for the Cats and Jags. With over 18 years of experience, the Zeiler Law Firm is a one-stop shop for all of your legal needs, including general practice, business law, and litigation. The Zeiler Law Firm represents individuals, small business owners, and corporations, always approaching each case with its full attention and dedication, protecting the client's interest and exceeding expectations. The Zeiler Law Firm provides the legal expertise normally associated with a large legal firm, yet provides its clients with the personal attention and efficiency of a small firm. Make the right call for the legal expert advice of a compassionate and a highly respected attorney. Call Blue Springs attorney David Zeiler of the Zeiler Law Firm, located at 2008 Northwest South Outer Road at 988-7215. Online at ZeilerLawFirm.net. The choice of a lawyer is important and should not be based on advertisements.
VR Carpet is a local family-owned and operated flooring company proud to call Blue Springs home. VR Carpet is your one-stop shop for carpet, vinyl flooring, ceramic tile, laminate, hardwood, and more. You will always work with a courteous, caring, and professional staff at VR Carpet from purchase through installation. Residential or commercial, VR Carpet offers the best prices due to its low overhead, on-site warehouse, and bulk purchasing. For the best in flooring services, make the winning call. VR Carpet at 224-0777 or online at vrcarpet.com.
Lunar Bowl is a fantastic solution for your club or organization's fundraising efforts. Lunar Bowl has an easy and turnkey fundraising program which has raised over $1 million for local groups and organizations. Lunar Bowl would do a great job for you. They're located at 2001 Northwest 7 Highway in Blue Springs. To book your fundraising event, call Group Sales Manager Tina Short at 816-220-7722. That's 220-7722. On the web at lunarbowl.com.
Looking for a great deal on your next set of wheels? Raytown Lee Summit Community Credit Union and Enterprise Car Sales has a great deal for your new set of wheels. And Raytown Lee Summit Community Credit Union will make your first payment up to $350 with no payments for 90 days. For more information and details about this great program, call 816-356-0791. That's 356-0791, or visit rlsccu.org to be pre-approved by Raytown Lee Summit Community Credit Union.
Welcome back to Larry Stewart Memorial Stadium here on the beautiful campus of Blue Springs South High School. 51-0. That's the score here at halftime. Blue Springs South on top of the Raytown Blue Jays. And now it's time for us to recognize the Blue Springs South Sonic Scholar Athlete of the Week. And tonight's Athlete of the Week is Hunter Jenkins, son of Evelyn Jenkins. And you've heard Hunter's name here on the broadcast tonight. Hunter's got a 4.23 GPA. Member of the varsity football team, has played 4 years of football here at Blue Springs South. Is currently a linebacker and a fullback. Over the summer, Hunter traveled to Jamaica with several teammates through the 1x1 program and volunteered for the week. He has participated in wrestling, swimming, and track in his career at South. Hunter's enrolled in several college credit courses in addition to pre-AP and advanced placement courses. And he's also involved in DECA and Project Lead the Way. When Hunter's not in school, he enjoys hanging out with his family and friends. For college, Hunter hopes to attend the U.S. Naval Academy, and he plans to major in cultural humanities. And as a Navy vet, I salute this week's Sonic Scholar Athlete of the Week, and that's Hunter Jenkins here at Blue Springs South. Now it's time for us to recognize the Meyer Music Music Scholar of the Week, presented by the great folks at Meyer Music, who for 50 years has reminded us that making music makes us smarter. And tonight we recognize Alex Burrows. Richard and Tamara Burrows are the parents. Alex has a 4.12 GPA. Alex is involved with the Jaguar Pride Marching Band, where he plays center snare drum. Alex also competes with the Winter Percussion. Alex is a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes and National Honor Society. He challenges himself academically with several advanced placement and college credit courses. When Alex has some time to do other things, he enjoys spending time with his family and friends. For college, Alex hopes to attend Kansas State University and major in computer science. Congratulations to Alex Burrows, this week's Meyer Music Scholar of the Week. Now it's time for us to recognize the folks in the community doing great things with the Community Credit Report from Raytown Lee Summit Community Credit Union, down at Button and the great staff there on South 7 Highway. And tonight we want to recognize the Jaguar Pride Marching Band. You know, last week they went down to Tennessee and competed in the Bands of America's Regional at Austin Peay University. Bands from 6 states competed. The Jaguar Pride made the final 10 and placed 4th. Just a 5/100th of a point out of 3rd place, right behind 3rd place nationally ranked Franklin, Tennessee. It's the highest ranking for the Jaguar Pride in Bands of America competition. Congratulations to the Jaguar Pride, and let's go down the field and listen to the Jaguar Pride Marching Band. They are the Jaguar Pride Marching Band. They do such an outstanding job. And tomorrow, I know they are heading to Tulsa to compete against heavy hitter bands from Oklahoma and Arkansas. The competition that is at Owasso High School in Tulsa. 51-0 the score here at halftime. This is a presentation of Vision Sports.
All right, let's see. Tots, slushes. Ooh, Sonic's got new boneless wings. Let's go with a dozen garlic parmesan. Psst, over here, go with the island fireman. It got a nice sweet kick. When did Dave's inner monologue pick up an accent? When Dave studied abroad in the Caribbean, man. Listen here, y'all. I reckon we should go with honey barbecue. This inner monologue got a southern twang, too. Yes, sirree, Bob. Me name's Dave, man. Dave.
There's something for everyone. New boneless wings and 6 great flavors. This is how you Sonic.
It's time to start school band and orchestra. Give your child the tools for success by renting your quality instrument from Meyer Music. Meyer Music carries all the top brands of school-approved band and orchestra instruments, as well as the books and accessories you need to start the school year. Meyer Music celebrating its 50th year of renting and selling instruments in the Kansas City area. Come in and check out their affordable rent-to-learn and purchase programs. Make Meyer Music your choice for all your musical needs. And remember, at Meyer Music, making music makes you smarter.
Foster Dental Care is proud to bring you the Cats and the Jags. Located on the South Outer Road in Blue Springs, Foster Dental Care is the outstanding choice for your family's dental care. At Foster Dental Care, you're always welcomed by a very caring and courteous staff that are among the most qualified and experienced dental professionals in the area. Foster Dental Care is a preferred Invisalign provider, the clear alternative for braces. With the very best in general and cosmetic dentistry, call Foster Dental Care at 228-6988. Online at fosterdentalcare.com. Foster Dental Care, proud provider of healthy smiles in Blue Springs for 30 years.
There he goes! He's running through traffic. He'll be hard to stop. But wait, his tank's on empty. He makes a cut into Quick Trip. With cat-like moves, he's at the pump. He inserts his Chopper Shopper rewards card. The fuel price goes down a nickel, down a dime, 15, 20. Price Chopper scores him 25 cents a gallon.
If you're paying full price for gas, then you need to shop at Price Chopper.
Price Chopper, fresher ways to save.
CareSpot Urgent Care is open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. CareSpot provides care for many common illnesses and minor injuries, and also provides wellness care services like physicals, immunizations, and health screenings. At CareSpot, you will experience same-day service without the expense of an ER visit for non-life-threatening issues. CareSpot offers online and mobile options to schedule your appointment. You can also call ahead, which means less time in the lobby. CareSpot has 8 convenient locations, including Blue Springs, Lee Summit, Raytown, and Leewood. Visit them online at carespot.com.
Welcome back to the BR Carpet Halftime Show here. 51-0 is the score at halftime. Blue Springs South on top of Raytown. Now it's time for us to take a look inside the numbers presented by the great CPAs, the great accountants at Reinhard and Kovacs. Checking them out online at reinhardcpas.com. And inside the numbers, 51-0, that is the score. Some impressive numbers for Blue Springs South, 135 yards passing. And then you have 9 rushes for 52 yards. And they have held Raytown to 115 yards of total offense. And on the score, I mean, really it's 11-14, very impressive for Noah Nigro throwing the ball around. There's been 2 fumbles by Raytown, and they have lost 1. When we come back, we will hear from former Blue Springs South principal Randy Dow, who is now a board member at one of our great sponsors, Raytown Lee Summit Community Credit Union. This is a presentation of Vision Sports.
Numbers, numbers, numbers. In football, a touchdown is 6 points. The team with the most points wins. If you're looking for a winning number to call for a great accountant for your business or personal needs, call Reinhard and Kovacs at 427-5645. Brett Reinhard and Sarah Kovacs are ready to prepare a winning game plan for you or your business. Reinhard and Kovacs, CPA. They're located at 2012 Northwest South Outer Road. Call 427-5645. Online at reinhardcpas.com.
Hello? Hi, Eric. This is Terry from Farmers Insurance. Any changes regarding your home or car? Well, I started carpooling with some friends from work. No problem. With the extra people in the car, we want you to stay safe, so let me update your liability limits. Perfect.
Until you close the gaps in your insurance, you could be living dangerously. We'll help you know the gaps and lose all those.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
For great rates and outstanding service, contact Blue Springs Farmers agents Kevin Hornick and Jake Greco. Proud to bring you the Cats and Jags.
WeatherTech Roofing is proud to bring you the Cats and Jags. WeatherTech Roofing is locally owned and operated and has built a great reputation for its exceptional work and customer satisfaction. Highly respected and often recommended by insurance professionals, WeatherTech Roofing is fully bonded and insured. Our clients know they are fully covered and protected. Contact the experts at WeatherTech Roofing for a free roof inspection. Call 228-2005. That's 228-2005. Online at wtechroofing.com.
Hey, it's Dale, and for years I used to try and put up my own Christmas lights. It was laughable at best. And then I met a guy named Scott Shippey. He's with Cutting Edge Lawn, and they do custom hanging of Christmas lights. They provide the lights, they install, they take them down, and they store them for next year. And Scott is very creative. He'll come up with a light display that will make you the envy of the neighborhood. Visit them on the web at cuttingedgelawn.net, or you can reach them at 816-220-3714. That's 816-220-3714 or cuttingedgelawn.net. And when you call him, make sure you tell him I sent you.
Welcome back to the BR Carpet Halftime Show here on 1030 AM KCWJ. I'm Tony Reisinger of Vision Sports, and so happy to be joined in our sponsor interview tonight by Dr. Randy Dow. He was the principal up until a couple years ago at Blue Springs South High School, a very proud Blue Springs South Jaguar. If there's anyone that bleeds blue and green, it's Dr. Randy Dow, and now he's retired and he's farming out there in Lafayette County, but he is still a big fan of the Jags. And Dr. Dow, great season thus far for the Jaguars.
How about those Jaguars? They're doing a great job. It's pretty exciting to see them come back after a couple of tough years. But there's a lot of exciting things going on at Blue Springs South today, so go Jag.
Yep, that fire's going again. You know, when you're a principal there at Blue Springs South, a couple of state championships, and you know, with a state championship, what does that do to a school's you know, the pep in their step?
Well, you know, it's amazing the amount of momentum that can be created when things like that happen, and you know, you really have to be prepared for it and grab a hold of that momentum and use it for other things, but. You know, it's kind of like the Royals, you know, people got on board and a lot of excitement, a lot of momentum there, and a lot of good things can happen from that. So, but Greg and his staff and his players, you know, they work so hard. And quite honestly, Tony, I think in the world of football, they're real warriors. And, you know, they've been through some tough times, but I can tell you one thing about Greg and his team. You know, you can chip away at the brick, but you'll never, ever knock down their wall.
Yeah.
And they're fighters, and they're getting it done.
Yep. Hey, wanted to have you on. Raytown Lee Summit Community Credit Union is a fantastic sponsor of ours here on Vision Sports, as they are in so many different programs in Raytown and Lee Summit and Blue Springs. Donna Bunton and Julie Bunton do such a fantastic job here in Blue Springs around the area. You know, as a member of the board of directors, what is it about Raytown Lee Summit Community Credit Union that you love?
Well, I tell you, you know, I've been a member there since I was just a teenager, so it's been quite some time. But I would say that the cornerstone of what happens at the credit union is, you know, the work that they do to provide service to the customer. Customer service is number one. You know, they provide what I would consider cutting-edge financial services with online banking and things of that nature. And you've already mentioned the convenience of location with 3 locations. And those are the things that I think are make Raytown Lee Summit Community Credit Union a great place.
Yeah, we bank there as well, and you know, and community is a part of their name, and they definitely do support the communities. I love to walk in there, and all the nice folks. They know you by name when you go through the drive-through. I mean, it's banking with friends, and that's what I really love about Raytown Lee Summit Community Credit Union, and they're located here in Blue Springs, just south of the intersection of 40 and 7 on 7 Highway on the just on the right-hand side, and I cannot recommend Raytown Lee Summit Community Credit Union anymore. And Dr. Randy Dowell, you know, want to thank you for joining us today on the halftime show presented by BR Carpet. Wish you nothing but the best, and why don't you wrap us up with a Go Jags?
Thanks, Tony, and Go Jags.
Hi, this is Tony Reisinger for CarStar Blue Springs, located at 3210 West 40 Highway. Over the past 18 months, I have utilized the outstanding services of CarStar Blue Springs on 3 occasions. Each visit was expedient and worry-free. The friendly and professional staff at CarStar Blue Springs took care of all the details and had a rental vehicle ready when I arrived. When it comes to auto body repair, I always recommend CarStar Blue Springs. Call 220-1100, online at CarStarBlueSprings.com. CarStar Blue Springs, relax. We'll take it from here.
Sinclair's Restaurant would like to say thank you, Blue Springs, for making our first year outstanding. Sinclair's proudly offers a fantastic menu featuring unique entrees, appetizers, and desserts, a chef special, as well as an amazing Sunday brunch and a lunch menu with a 15-minute guarantee, or your next lunch is free. Sinclair's Restaurant at 1402 Northwest 7 Highway in Blue Springs. Call 224-3811. Proud to be in Blue Springs, and like you, cheers for the Cats and Jags.
Texting and driving is dangerous for everyone. Doesn't matter if you're young or old. If you text while driving, you're putting your passengers and all others around you at risk. Please don't text and drive. A message brought to you by your friends and neighbors at Myers Funeral Chapel, 1600 Main Street in Blue Springs. Proud to call Blue Springs home. Proud to support the Blue Springs School District and the Blue Springs community. Myers Funeral Chapel, family-owned and operated. 229-3276. On the web at myersfuneralchapel.com. Papa John's wants to reward your passion for the Blue Springs School District. Now through the end of the school year, receive 40% off your entire regular menu price online order, plus an additional 10% will be donated back to the Blue Springs Educational Foundation. Go to papajohns.com. Enter the promo code BSEF40. That's BSEF40 to receive 40% off your entire regular menu price online order and an additional 10% donated back to the Blue Springs Educational Foundation. Papa John's supports Blue Springs schools. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Welcome back to Larry Stewart Memorial Stadium as we get set to start the second half. 51-0. The Jags have the advantage, and safe to say that this is the largest point output of the year. Started off with a 14-7 win over Park Hill, then put 38 on the board at Liberty North in winning. 27 against Blue Springs, 28 against Ray-Pec, and 37 last week at Rockhurst. So maybe, Coach, they're about right where they should be offensively, the way things are going tonight. It also helps when you get 4 turnovers.
That's exactly right. 4 turnovers inside their opponent's 30-yard line, and then they score on the very next play. So great job. Of course, the points you were talking about were accumulated over 4 quarters, and this was accumulated in 2 quarters. So you'll see this go fast. There's a running clock in Missouri anytime there's a 35-point lead, and so you want to keep an eye on what's going on because it's going to move fast here.
Our second half kickoff is presented by Scott Shippey and the Cutting Edge. For the best in landscaping, tree care, and custom hanging of your Christmas lights, call 220-3714 or go online at cuttingedgelawn.com. The kickoff. Jesus Ruiz will hoist it in the air. 10-yard line. It's caught and returned. Out over the 35, close to the 40-yard line. Sellers will return the kickoff. And pretty good field position. They started on the average the 35-yard line in the first half of the game.
35-yard line of Raytown.
Yeah, Raytown's 35-yard line.
Interesting to see. I didn't see who came out at quarterback.
I would imagine that we will see.
First down and 10 from the 33.
The 2-back set.
Going to have the new quarterback, Dominic Swingle, who is a junior quarterback. And he's going to hand the ball off. Flag is thrown. And the running back is going to get run out of bounds, the 36-yard line.
That's going to be a hold against the Jaguars. Once again, Raytown South has really good perimeter team speed. We kind of went over the middle and straight at them in the first half. But anytime we've run a sweep, they've had very, very good defensive team pursuit.
Well, here's the one difference to the running clock. When you have a penalty, it stops the running clock.
Yeah, so you don't want to have that.
Which kind of defeats the purpose of having a running clock.
Yeah.
Penalty is declined. Dominic Swingle, the quarterback. Hayden Wallace is the running back, and Wallace will get the handoff. Not a whole lot there, and in fact, he gets drilled back at the 30-yard line. That's going to bring up third down.
Lamont Anderson there, now a senior linebacker for the Blue Jays, came up and got great penetration, blitzed through a hole, and made the big play.
Third down and 18.
So it'll be 3rd and 18. The running clock to start the second half, with the Jags leading it 51-0, and Swanigan goes split wide to the left. He's gotten a lot of playing time tonight. Twins to the near side, and on 3rd down and long, a handoff to the 32-yard line, and that will be Wallace. Or excuse me, it was not Wallace, but it was Burns, the Avrio Burns, who
was tackled by several Blue Jays.
Fails to get 18 yards on the handoff, and it'll be 4th down.
It'll be interesting to see what the defense does. The offense hasn't moved the ball very well this series.
Jackson is going to kick it away. He'll hit it from about the 20-yard line. And Smith back to the 32 and retreats to the 30, picks up a block, slips a tackler. He's to the 45, at the hash mark to the 46. And
number 6, Deontay Smith on the return.
He ends up getting to the 50-yard line, but he was blown dead back at the 46. So we'll see where they compromise and put him on the 47. You got to explain this to me one of these days, Coach. Tonight might be a good night with the clock stopped with 9:02 to go.
What mystery do you want uncovered?
Spotting of the football.
You know what? Your guess is as good as mine. I've helped Dale Carter at Arrowhead, and the one official comes up and puts his foot down where the ball's supposed to go, and I would tell Dale where that is, and then the guy moves it. So I don't know. They get a little bit crazy sometimes.
First down and 10 for Raytown.
First down and 10. We're not playing with a running clock, Coach. Smear is going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it, pulls it back from Carpenter, gets to the outside, and takes it into Blue Springs territory, and he's going to be close to the first down marker.
See, now this time he ran out of bounds, and the clock is still running. So,
well, it stops on change of possession then.
Stops on change of possession and penalties.
But, well, it's not your fault, but that's not a running clock. It's second down and 2. It is a running clock only if. Carpenter gets the handoff and wishes that he hadn't have taken it because he gets smothered back at the 49-yard line, which means they'll spot him at the 40.
Ethan Swanigan blitzed that time through from the linebacker spot and did a great job. That was going to be a dive option, and the quarterback just handed it to him once Swanigan got there. So great job by the defense that time. It's going to be 3rd and about 5.
3rd down and 5.
3rd and 5, and they'll put it down seriously on the 48-yard line. Smith goes split wide to the right. They bring trips to the near side out of the pistol. And Smear is going to throw. They put decent pressure on him. He throws it up, and it's caught, and that's going to go for a first down. I thought it was going to go for the touchdown, but when the receiver was pushed, that's Ahmad Abdul Nasser, and he went out of bounds at the 1, but the line judge is saying that he stepped out at the 5.
43-yard pass there, and Max Fellers, the defensive back there for the Jags, really had good coverage. He mistimed his jump, though, and was on his way down when the ball arrived, and so it landed in the receiver's hands, and he was off to the races. So learned a valuable lesson there. We'll see if the Jags can keep them out of the end zone.
Smear will pull the trigger on the play and drop back to pass, roll to the right, pick up a block, and wide open in the end zone, a receiver who makes the catch for the touchdown. And that is Smith, who makes the catch, the 5-yard touchdown pass.
Mix up in the coverage that time. He absolutely had no Jaguars around him at all.
So it is 51-6. And in to attempt the extra point. Ruiz will kick it up, and he will boot it through with 6:44 to go here in the third. 51-7. Blue Springs South leads Raytown. Back with the Blue Jays kickoff right after this from Vision Sports on KCWJ.
Little's Sports Shop, located at 1006 Main Street, can make your team look sharp. Little's carries a range of great custom uniforms that will fit into anyone's budget. Apparel from top names like Adidas, Russell, Rawlings, Under Armour, and more. Little's is also your locally owned one-stop shop for any equipment and accessories that you, your team, or your league would need. Your team will always look great in uniforms from Little's Sports Shop. Call 229-3606. Little's Sports Shop, proud to bring you the Cats and Jags.
The third quarter of the game brought to you tonight by Farmers Insurance Agents Kevin Hornick and Jake Greco. Call Kevin or Jake to ensure that you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Farmers Insurance gets you back where you belong.
Well, it's imperative that the Jag offense get a couple of first downs here to keep it out of Raytown's hands, because you can't blame them for trying to score, but we want to keep this running clock and keep everybody healthy. So see if we can get the JV Jaguar offense to move the ball a little bit.
A pooch kick taken at the 25-yard line by one of the up men, and in effect, down he goes in his tracks. He gained a couple of yards, but
Number 25.
Before being driven back, that was
On the return for Blue Springs South.
Christian Williams.
Game like this can get really sloppy. You want to make sure fundamentals are taken care of and everybody tries to get better. Once again, just because the score's out of hand a little bit, you don't want execution to go downhill or somebody to get hurt because of sloppy execution.
So the Jags will pull the trigger from the 26-yard line, and the quarterback is going to go down. I thought I saw motion on the defensive side of the ball, and
well, we didn't block anybody that time. We need to do a little better job on the offensive line here.
So Dominic Swingle goes down under the onslaught, and the Jags end up losing yardage. They lose 6. It'll be 2nd and 16 from the 20.
Well, that was a dive option, and quarterback put the ball in the stomach of the running back. And
how could you tell? It broke down quick.
It broke down quick.
Out of the pistol, and a high snap.
No.
Alley-oop inside the 5, down at the 2, and it is going to be picked up for a touchdown by Raytown.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by Raytown in the end zone. Touchdown Raytown.
So the Blue Jays, inside the last minute and 44, have scored 2 touchdowns and recovering.
Lamont Anderson.
Yep, Anderson's been busy. And Ruiz will attempt the extra point. Ball is down, the kick is up, and it flutters through. With 5 minutes to go here in the third, it is 51-14. And Raytown has scored both touchdowns here in the third quarter, and we'll be back with the Blue Jay kickoff right after this from Vision Sports on 10:30 a.m. KCWJ.
Extra point is good.
Spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than about retirement. But if you think your retirement deserves more attention, I can help. I'm Eric Sporing, financial advisor at U.S. Bank and Corp Investments. Stop by my office at 1500 North 7 Highway in Blue Springs.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not guaranteed by the bank, may lose value, not insured by any federal government agency. Investment products and services are available through U.S. Bank Corp Investments, member FINRA, SIPC, an investment advisor and brokerage subsidiary of U.S. Bank Corp and affiliate of U.S. Bank.
Blue Jays will kick it away. The third quarter brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agents Kevin Hornick and Jake Greco. Be sure to give Kevin or Jake a call to ensure that you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Farmers Insurance gets you back where you belong. Ruiz will hit it short to the 13-yard line, and it's going to be brought out to the 20, and a fumble is picked up by the Jays and taken into the end zone, but the play was blown dead.
Yeah, they can't return it though. They'll get possession there.
Near the 23-yard line.
Don't know that I would want to be that third group, Coach. And they're going to say, in their defense, and this is a valid point, we're playing against their varsity coach.
Right.
I don't care. You did not do what you were supposed to do.
Right.
That's one of those that you just can't win for losing in that situation.
No, that's kind of a tough deal.
So the fumble recovered by Raytown.
It looks like they gave it to Blue Springs South.
Really?
Said he was down.
First down and 10 from the 23.
A break has been caught.
No kidding, yeah.
Dominic Swingle will hand the ball off and going straight ahead. Nice little run with the number 3 line against a lot of the front runners for the front line for the Raytown Blue Jays. DeAvrio Burns, who is a junior, D-back by trade, a running back. And he'll pick up 2, second down and 8. And coming in with the play is Ethan Swanigan, the 6'5", 190-pound sophomore wide receiver.
Straight dive play, straight handoff, base blocking. Try to just move the play straight ahead.
And they're going to throw it. And the pass thrown behind the receiver who is running a pass in, and the ball was thrown behind Sage Nelson, 6'2", 165-pound sophomore wideout.
That's the little slant route that we had really good luck with the first half, and quarterback was obviously on a different page than the receiver, threw it way back behind him. And might have been a hitch pass that the receiver, we don't know whether the receiver ran the wrong route or the quarterback didn't know. But definitely not on the same page there.
3rd and 8 from the 25-yard line. 2:40 remaining as the clock continues to run here in the third. 51-14 in the pass on a quick look in. Short of the first down to Swanigan, it would have been at the 30, and they needed to get to the 33 for a first down, so the Jags will punt it away.
4th down.
And that means that Deontay Smith, who has been busy tonight, will come in to return the punt.
Only the second punt tonight by the Jaguars. See if we can get good coverage on this, but Raytown will have really good field position. Should be right around midfield.
Clock runs, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Play clock is at 5, 4, 3. The snap, alley-oop over his head into the end zone, and he'll kick it out of the end zone for a safety. Flag will fly.
Ball goes out the back of the end zone for a Raytown safety.
So Raytown will get 2 more.
Hold on, because there was a flag on the sideline. We may have lined up off sides. That would actually be a good thing for the Jaguars. Sorry?
He's just explaining.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So the safety will result in a free kick, and Raytown will get the ball anyway with the clock stopped with 1 minute and 45 seconds to go.
Exactly a 35-point lead here, so the running clock will stay in effect.
So it's 51-16, and Vision Sports is committed to the Buy Blue Springs campaign. We do business with our sponsors and encourage you to consider our sponsors when you're in the need of their products or services. It's important to buy local. Please remember to buy Blue Springs. At Vision Sports, we do. And our third quarter brought to you by Farmers Insurance agents Kevin Hornick and Jake Greco. Be sure to call Kevin or Jake to ensure that you're getting all the discounts you deserve. Farmers Insurance gets you back where you belong. Well, the Jags are ready to kick it away. Raytown standing around Kevin Page, who is in his 8th year as the head coach. This series, and we really didn't have a chance to talk about it much, but as close as these two towns are, this is only the 4th meeting. And that's since Blue Springs South opened back in 1992. They played in 94 and 95. 43-0 in favor of the Jags in 94, 35-14 in 95. And then they didn't play until last year when the Jags won it 30-7. The penalty is going to be enforced on the kickoff, or the punt, or the free kick, if you will, from the 15-yard line. A high, shallow punt that is going to be taken by Smith at the 46-yard line.
He did a good job fair catching that because he had good punt coverage around him, so made sure he didn't drop it, giving the Jaguars a chance to pick it up. So good execution on Raytown's part. Our defense needs to step up here, though.
Greg Oder in his 15th year here at Blue Springs South, 107 wins on his way to 108 and just 41 losses. And, you know, we talked about the start the Jags had last year, 1-4. Since then, they've gone 9-2.
Yeah, they've, like I said, they had a bunch of injuries last year, especially the quarterback, and got everybody healthy this year and playing much better. And you can see the poise develop game by game.
Jacob Smurl, the junior quarterback, in. Carpenter is going to come in and bring the play in. And they're going to line up with two backs and the quarterback in the gun. And he'll drop back to pass. They're going to try to put some pressure on, and he's going to overthrow a wide-open Deontay Smith at the 31-yard line. Second down and 10.
Yeah, zone coverage that time, and Deontay ran straight down the sideline. So the defensive back he was not quite as wide open as he looked, but a good ball would have had a big completion there.
Clock is running with 10 seconds to go, and they have not started the play clock yet. So it's safe to say the third quarter is over. Our third quarter has been brought to you tonight by your Farmers Insurance agents, Kevin Hornick and Jake Greco. Call Kevin or Jake to ensure you're getting all of the discounts you deserve. Farmers Insurance gets you back where you belong. At the end of 3, Blue Springs South 51, Raytown 16. Back with the fourth quarter right after this from Vision Sports on 1030 a.m. KCWJ.
Hey, Wildcat and Jaguar fans, get your discounts pumped up with a discount double check from the Blue Springs State Farm agents, proud to bring you the Cats and Jags. Call Bob Watson at 229-7878 or Clint Osborne at 229-0083. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. This is Myron Thomas with your in-game update presented by Foster Dental Care, providing healthy smiles in Blue Springs for over 30 years. Call 228-6988, online at fosterdentalcare.com. Third quarter score, Rockhurst 16, Blue Springs 14. Fourth quarter score, Ray Peck 7, Lee Summit North 0. And Lee Summit West over Lee Summit 21-7. Now let's go back to Rob Evans and Buddy Young at Larry Stewart Stadium.
As the fourth quarter is underway, Smurl is going to throw the ball deep and about 10 yards over the head of his intended receiver. Receiver at the 25, the ball at the 15.
Big pressure that time. It looks like that was number 57. That was Justice Hurley. And so he had to just throw it a long way to get rid of it so he wouldn't have the big sack. So nice pressure by the defensive line of the Jaguars.
So the ball on the 46-yard line as we start the fourth quarter, 51-16. It was 51-0 at the half, and the third teamers have been playing for Blue Springs South the entire second half. And Smurl on third down and long. He's going to take it. He's going to run. He's going to get hit at the 40, down at the 39, and he'll be a couple of yards short of the first down, but I would imagine you're in four-down territory.
Yeah, that's a planned quarterback draw, and he did a nice job picking up. But it's going to be 4th and 4. It's going to be interesting to see. I think they'll go for it, but it'd be nice to see the Jags hold them and run a little time off the clock here.
Yeah, I mean, what do you have to lose if you're Raytown? And
right.
Kevin Page has been thinking that way the entire second half. He's in his 8th year with the Blue Jays, 29 wins, 51 defeats as head coach of the Blue Jays. And he's going to have his quarterback throw out of the shotgun, and he's going to get pressured, and he's going to get dropped.
Great job that time. Robert Thomas was able to blitz through there, just got a shoestring from the quarterback and was able to bring him down. So Jaguars take over on, it looks like, the 42-yard line.
And that was a very good defensive play. Never really had an idea of where he wanted to go with the ball because he never had a chance.
Well, he thought he could outrun Robert, and he just couldn't do it. Robert was able to get a hand on one of those feet when it came by him, and he was able to get him for the big loss.
Jaguars take possession on downs. First down and 10 from their own 42-yard line.
So they've got it on their own 42, and Michael Muehlberger, 5'11", 140-pound sophomore, in at the quarterback spot. Fourth quarterback of the game. He's going to throw the fade pattern out there, and Swanigan goes up and makes the catch at the 26-yard line.
He had two Raytown defenders draped all over him. He just went up and got that like a basketball rebound, and they thought they'd knock the ball away, but he had possession of it the entire time. Great job, and really a nice pass.
So he'll complete the pass play and turn field position around. The fourth quarter is brought to you by Myers Funeral Chapel, locally owned and family operated. Proud to be part of the Blue Springs community. The friendly staff at Myers Funeral Chapel reminds you that texting and driving is dangerous for everyone on the road.
26-yard gain there for the Jags.
And the handoff, Burns will get it, and he's going to pick up some yardage going straight ahead. Inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. Maybe do a little bit better than that. Put him down on the 23. So he'll pick up 3, second down and 7.
That's the big thing on the running clock and that game in this situation. You want the clock to run, move positive yards for the offense, and you want those JV kids that work hard all week to get an experience on Friday night. So this will be good for them next year and the following year, I'm sure.
Muehlberger will work out of the pistol, and flags fly as the ball is snapped, and it is offside against the defense.
One of their linebackers faked a blitz and came a little bit too far. And in high school, if you penetrate that imaginary line where the ball is, that's offside. You can't jump back like you can in the NFL.
You know, you can tell how old I am, Coach. We're about the same age, but I still refer to it as offside.
Okay.
It's not encroachment. Same difference.
So you're saying I'm old?
No, I'm saying I'm old.
No, that's all right. That's fine. I'm very old. In fact, Randy Dow wants to cut off one of my fingers and count the rings to find out exactly how old I am.
A screen pass is set up, and Muehlberger retreated all the way back to the 35. The ball was caught and at about the 25 and down to the 23, but that basically will be no gain, and it'll be third down. Third down at about
like about
6 yards to go.
Yeah, 3rd and 6, we'll call it.
Twins go split wide to the right. Solo receiver to the left side. Burns in the backfield. The sophomore back to pass. Muehlberger's going to throw it up for grabs again. And Swanigan goes into the double team and almost caught himself a touchdown pass.
Yeah. Nice job. At least making sure there was no interception, but he almost caught the football.
And that's what it looked like, because he threw the ball into what was 2 defenders there. And then by the time the ball got there, so did the receiver.
Swanigan's a 6'5" sophomore. That bodes well for the Jags in the future. He's going to be a fine receiver. He is not afraid to go up in the middle of competition and get a rebound.
Jacob Stevens goes split wide to the right. Got a man coming to the left side as well. Burns the setback. And Muehlberger's going to throw, and he looks on the in, and the pass is caught by Sage Nelson, and that's going to be good for first down.
There's that slant pass again. We've hit that several big times tonight, and the quarterback did a great job of putting it in that little window, and the receiver catches it and runs. Nice job, first down at about the 13.
You're listening to exciting high school football driven by the McCarthy Auto Group on 10:30 a.m. KCWJ, Blue Springs, Kansas City. Myron Thomas in the studio. Rob Evans with Buddy Young. And our statistician and spotter, Hang Time Hornigan on the stats, Tony Reisinger on the spots, and Blazers controlling all the dials and making sure that we stay where we're supposed to. And the handoff picks up about a yard at best. And they don't move the chains, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Did I forget anybody?
No, I think you've named just about everybody. Brian Johnson still wants to do his bird calls, if we can squeeze those in.
Well, I don't know. Jags in the red zone again. On 2nd down, Burns is going to get smothered back at the 15-yard line. This trip into the red zone brought to you by U.S. Bank Investments advisor Eric Sporing.
You know, if that was a read play, the quarterback just handed it off, stood back and watched while the running back just got plowed under.
I think that's one of those plays that basically is explained, I'm the quarterback, you're the running back, that's your job to get clobbered like that. But I tell you what, though, this young man, we're talking about Michael Muehlberger, has thrown a couple of pretty good passes.
Yes, he has.
4:20 left to play. Clock is moving. Play clock at 10. Muehlberger's going to throw and flips it up and had a man on the sideline, but there was a defender between him and the ball, so he threw it up for grabs, and it was almost intercepted.
Well, he was leaning back on his back foot. He wasn't able to follow through and get enough zip on the ball. The receiver was open, but it was number 5 for Raytown, I believe. Yeah, Kylan Mack almost had an interception there.
4th down.
Fourth quarter brought to you by Myers Funeral Chapel, locally owned and family operated. And they remind you that texting and driving is dangerous for everyone on the road. Please do not text and drive. 3:40, clock runs, play clock at 5, and the Jags are nowhere close to pulling the trigger on a play. And in fact, they're going to use a timeout here.
Yeah.
And wouldn't surprise me if they're going to kick field goal, but we'll find out all of that when we come back. 3:33 to play. 51-16. Blue Springs South leads Raytown. From Vision Sports on 10:30 a.m. KCWJ.
Texting and driving is dangerous for everyone. Doesn't matter if you're young or old. If you text while driving, you're putting your passengers and all others around you at risk. Please don't text and drive. A message brought to you by your friends and neighbors at Myers Funeral Chapel, 1600 Main Street in Blue Springs. Proud to call Blue Springs home. Proud to support the Blue Springs School District and the Blue Springs community. Myers Funeral Chapel, family owned and operated. 229-3276. On the web at myersfuneralchapel.com.
.333 remaining in the game. Blue Springs South with a 51-16 lead, and the Jags are going to go for it on 4th and 12 from the 14-yard line. They're going to throw a fade into the end zone, throwing it up for grabs, and this time the pass is intercepted. It'll be a touchback and will be brought out to the 20-yard line and turned over to Raytown on downs.
Pass was just a little bit short. That was a fade route where the receiver just runs deep on the sideline, and the quarterback needed to put it a little bit further, and not quite timing like he needed to have it, but that's okay. The Raytown take over and have about 80 yards to go in 3 minutes with a running clock. Hopefully we can run this thing out.
6th win of the year, an impressive one at that, because the varsity and really the number 2 varsity guys have not played in the second half as well.
Right.
Maybe at sporadic positions, but as a unit, it's been the number 3s the entire second half, and we've seen 2 quarterbacks as well.
And seriously, Brian Johnson pointed out that the Jags really came out ready to play. They were fired up and really had great execution.
Smirrell's going to put it up for grabs, and the ball is tipped at the Blue Springs South 40-yard line and tipped away from Ahmad Abdel Nasser, the senior wide receiver for Raytown.
Good job. That looks like number 40 for Blue Springs, Bobby Rivera. Did a nice job getting back and tipping that ball away. He was backpedaling all the way. It was a deep pass, and I was afraid he wasn't going to get there. But he made it and made a nice tip away there and saved a touchdown.
Now, clock is running, and they're just now starting the play clock and throwing the long plays, eating up a lot of time. So this one's going to end pretty quick. Handoff on 2nd down and 10 outside the 20 to the 22-yard line, and climbing out of there after the carry for Raytown is Antonio Williams. And it will bring up 3rd down and 8, and we're down to 90 seconds.
Gain of 2 yards. 3rd down and 8.
3rd down and 8. Down to 1:23, and Smirrell's going to throw the ball. He's being chased. He throws and overthrows. His intended receiver Woods, and another receiver is behind him. And he was kind of hidden in there where I didn't see him, and he makes the catch at the 49-yard line. The clock continues to run. Put him right at midfield.
29-yard gain there. You know, really, Raytown's going to have some decent stats at the end of the night. They've moved the ball a little bit in the second half.
We're under a minute to play with trips wide left. And Smirrell is going to throw over the middle. He gets hit as he throws and tosses it into the ground at the 45-yard line.
39 seconds left in the game, and the clock is running, so this may be the last play of the game, if they get this one off.
If they decide to snap it. And the officials do not start the play clock, and we're under 25 seconds. So they'll snap it one final time, and that'll do it.
I'd say cover them deep on this play.
They had 5 or 4 wide, and Smirrell is going to roll. He's going to set. He's going to throw it over the middle, and the pass is intercepted at the 35-yard line, and it will change possession. Coming out of there with the interception is Jacob Stevens, and that's going to do it. So the ball game is over on the last play of the game. The Jags pick up an interception, and turnover number 5 for Raytown tonight, 51-16. The Jags with their 6th victory of the year, and we invite you to stay tuned for our post-game activities coming up right after this on Vision Sports from 10:30 a.m. KCWJ.
The McCarthy Auto Group is a proud supporter of Preps KC and high school sports across